Hello.
Tailspin?
Was it Tailspin?
Tailspin.
Okay, I've got to look it up now on this app. You can do the intro while we're doing this.
Maybe.
Tailspin. This is the intro right now.
It's Tailspin.
Is it Tailspin?
We sit here.
I'll look it up.
We sit here prepared for the beginning of the show, and there's always this moment where we're like, okay, everyone quiet for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Then Bacon does the intro. And we did that, and then in the middle of my hello,
Tailspin.
The previous conversation came like just gestating out so yeah, it was us trying to figure out a tune that Seven has randomly started singing for no reason at all.
Is this how it ends? Is this how it ends?
The later part of the song is what you're thinking of.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Is this really happening right now?
Oh my God! It is Tailspin.
I nailed it.
Fuck yes, Dan! You are literally a lifesaver right now.
I know.
Oh my God! Like I would have been thinking about that the whole time.
Are we allowed to play that on our podcast?
We now are.
Oh my gosh!
I'm so happy that we figured this out.
Welcome to episode 26.
Man. Okay, that's good. I'm glad.
Oh, podcast.
It's October 11th, and we are Nerd Fusion.
It is. Yeah, it's just the three of us. It's Dan, myself, and Bacon.
Officially licensed rebroadcaster of whoever owns that television.
I don't even know. Was that Nick? Was that Disney? It was somebody.
It's been a long string.
I used to watch it on like NBC or whatever affiliate had it broadcasted.
Tailspin?
Yeah.
I thought it was like Nick.
Well, it may have been a sub-license, right? Like it might have been a Nick show that they licensed out to.
It was definitely Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, that's where I know it from. Is from.
But I was saying, it's been just us three for the longest time, it feels like.
Yeah.
We haven't had
literally
pause.
2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks.
Oh, we haven't paused or Waffle for a while.
Yeah, I mean, last week was the first time.
Waffle is still in Guam suffering from consumption.
Guam?
Yeah.
He
came
down with a severe case of scurvy and hasn't been able to join us.
I got a text message from him like literally 5 minutes before this thing started, and he will be here at the next podcast. So that's good news.
We don't know if
what condition he'll be in. We'll see.
Will he have the ability to hear? We don't know.
Yeah,
but we can still stick a mic in front of him.
Why couldn't they take his ability to talk? You know?
Oh my God! Well, that wouldn't be very useful for a podcast.
But he's so quiet for us and peaceful. But you know.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Yep.
In my head, I had like all these topics I wanted to talk about today, and as soon as I got the DuckTales thing,
it went into a tailspin.
It did. There was something I really wanted to talk about. Okay.
Well, you were talking about stuff that you hadn't told us yet.
Yeah.
That's what we were like.
Okay, well that's not true.
Is there anything coming up this week that you've forgotten to tell us about?
Yeah. This is always scary.
And then he's like, "Quick, start the podcast."
No, there's nothing. There's nothing I haven't told you much of.
There's the much.
No, let's talk about what happened over the last week. I mean, as far as we're concerned here in studio, we got another set basically done.
Yep. That freaking couch finally got here.
Yeah, that couch took 3 weeks. 3.5 weeks.
That was like a month and a half at least. That was at least it was a
like
full quarter at least.
We ordered that. Not a quarter.
We ordered that couch before we formed the company. Like October last year.
The shipping statement said that it left Compton, which is in Los Angeles.
Our couch is literally straight out of Compton.
It is straight out of Compton. It left there on September 17th, and it got here on October 10th. So, yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
I don't know how they might have used pack mules. I'm not entirely sure.
A small couch.
But it's just a little love seat.
That couch is not worth a three week wait. It's just an average couch.
It's a nice couch.
It's serviceable.
I'm just saying, it's a nice couch.
I think
it's not a bad couch.
I do think it's perfect for the set.
I do.
Yeah.
It's not like fluffy, comfortable, like I want to sleep on that.
But it goes really well with the bricks that we have. And then...
Dude, I am so glad that those masons are done in there.
Yeah, well, they were loud on your cast and everything, right? So, we had that brick wall. I think I've nicknamed it the Jerry set for right now. We'll see what we end up calling it. But the Jerry set, because the bricks look like they're from Jerry Springer.
It's totally Jerry Springer.
Jerry.
And the father is...
That's Mari.
That's Mari.
Not that I would know.
We would never watch those shows.
Oh, it's terrible. I actually remember, like, I got hooked on
Phonics,
Mari, and on Days of Our Lives because of my orthodontist office. Like, in the orthodontist, they would watch Mari followed by Days of Our Lives.
How much vanity have you sunk into your teeth? Holy crap.
And yeah. I mean, it wasn't vanity. It's just sitting there waiting for the asshole to finish up with the previous person. You hear screams out there, like, oh my God, are they going to do that to my teeth?
So you go in for one visit, get addicted to a show, and you're blaming your orthodontist.
Yeah, I'm blaming my orthodontist. I mean, first of all, Maury is, I mean, he's got that shit on lock, right? He's so good at that, and it's just like the tension that's built up.
Oh, yeah.
You are, because you know when he says you are the father, all hell's going to break loose. And when he says you're not the father, just as much hell is going to break loose. And either way, the audience thinks they were right. Like, the audience is always right. Oh, I knew it! I knew it! Girl, you would have said that either way. Like, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I kind of had a phase where I was totally into those trashy talk shows. Absolutely. And now what do we have? We've got
I haven't even checked.
Ellen.
Ever since Oprah left, I haven't been watching the talk show world.
I mean,
there's like a bunch of new
It's been so many years since I've been awake during daytime hours that...
That's true. I'm always streaming during those hours.
Yeah, or sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a very long time.
So we got a new set.
Oh, is that what this was started from?
That's where we started.
It looks good. It looks like I really can't wait to record something there because I mean we got the lights set up. There's the camera, that big old TV in front of it. Like it's
I
ready
Instagrammed
to go.
it yesterday, and everyone was like super excited. I'm pretty excited to get on there and start using that. Good news. Oh my God, this chair just like busted out from under me.
Yeah, that's actually 2 sets in that one room.
There's 2 in there. There will be a third in one room, which is going to be
cramped in there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
A third? What's the third?
Yeah,
one
his
music
set.
Oh yeah,
So we'll do a music set in there as well. And then in another one of
I
our...
still have to convince Sev to triple my budget for that, so I can get that done.
For one piece of equipment, probably.
Probably. Spoiler.
I still have $1,000 budget for a horror month. I don't know what I'm gonna spend it on.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have I not redacted that yet?
Nope. You can't take it back.
Quick.
I got to think of something.
It's a lie. We had to pay for the t-shirts. So there's something.
Isn't that backwards on how that's supposed to work? We should teach you how.
No, that's not how that's supposed to work.
Merch is supposed to
No,
work.
I paid him myself.
What?
Yeah, you never paid him.
The whole point, I just sent him a thing to tell him I was going to pay him. Oh, no. Well, he thinks he's getting double paid. I don't know what he... Anyway, we'll figure that out.
I think that means you need a free t-shirt design out of him.
Yeah.
You've paid him twice.
The other studio we're referred to as Studio A, which is eventually where this podcast will take place again.
Lately, it's just been my nap room.
Yeah, that is getting done within the next couple weeks, which is pretty great. We've got a set design for it.
Wait,
and
what set did you say is going in there?
The podcast set is in there.
Good.
So yeah, we'll be getting this back live.
And when do the interior decorator painter people start working for us?
I mean, they kind of already have.
Like, he hires some people to come and paint a room.
Yeah.
And then the lady, and he spends...
Okay, she's kind of weird.
Spent a good 10 minutes complaining to me about how talky this woman was. And he was like, oh my God, next time they come here, you're giving them the tour because this woman won't stop talking. And then not even a day later, he's like, yeah, I'm hiring her to do interior design for us.
First of all, I never hired her to do interior design. What I said was, if her proposal sounds good, sure, we'll get her to do it. And it sounds like she wants to make like a nursing home. So we're probably not going to do that one.
I mean, isn't the proposal the hard part anyway? Like, we can just buy stuff if they...
Oh, yeah. We're going to... I mean, I've got it planned out, so we're good. We're good now.
Okay, so you just threw her to the curb then.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean...
That's not a great way to... Because they did a great job actual painting the walls. So
oh, yeah, but she knows... No, I
didn't
didn't piss her off. She knows. We're good. Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry. It's all good.
I'll let you handle business.
Yeah, so that room's getting done within the next few weeks. So, you know, at some point in the distant future, we will be broadcasting these again live, which will be pretty great.
3000 AD.
Yeah.
There was a man.
That is distant. So
Not
yeah,
too
we'll do that.
from you and me.
Spoiler alert: everyone listening to this will be dead by then.
Oh.
Is that true though?
I mean, unless that whole Futurama thing with head in jars.
There
comes
are
about.
theories that they
Yeah.
can cure aging.
There's a lot of futurists out there right now that are saying our
Hey,
generation.
that's
the
calling
generation,
aging a disease, and that's ageist, and I don't appreciate
What
it.
are we? What generation are we? Generation Y?
I don't know.
I am definitely Gen X myself.
So we must be Y.
Yeah, they said that we're gonna be the last generation to die.
Yeah, we're the last generation to
So
die.
we all get screwed. Everyone else gets to live forever.
But if they could just like fast track it, then we could be like 120, and then they're like, "Oh, you're done. You're at 120 forever."
what if we're 120 and we live forever? That would,
That kinda blows.
I would not want to sign up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they can take your
I'm
brain
not-
and they could grow a body for you
I'm
of a
not
20-year-old.
sure that I would want where I'm at now to be forever. Like,
I mean, like, yeah, they could buy. What if they could put you in the body of a 20-year-old?
If they could
that's a whole
reverse the
different story.
aging process, so like all that decay,
Benjamin Button style.
or like like age is caused by your body not able to, like when your cells copy itself so many times.
Yeah, and they can't do it anymore.
eventually stop. Like if they could fix that, and then cells could do it forever. They might be able to repair themselves.
Like,
You sound like one of those
are you talking
cosmetic
about,
commercials.
Like if they
Yeah.
could start hot swapping DNA, like just give you a DLC for your DNA to
Yeah.
like, so you wouldn't need plastic surgery. They just tell your DNA to make you a new face.
If you think about who's gonna be the first people that live forever, it's gonna be these rich cunts
Oh yeah,
that are already controlling everything in this world.
Illuminati. It's
Right.
Illuminati.
Yeah,
Well,
they're gonna be the first ones.
They're probably already living forever.
Yeah.
It could be.
It's gonna be like a split in the population between the immortals and the regulars.
And the mortals, yeah.
And the mortals.
Basically, people that can afford it.
There's gonna be a mortal uprising, and they're gonna kill all the immortals because they
just-
can die. They just won't die of old age.
We just wrote a comic book. Can we sell this to Marvel?
God, this is a
Yeah.
really fucking good idea.
That's a really
Because I mean, I know.
All right, team, crew, listening. Has this been done before? Number one, and number two, if not, we own the rights to it. Can
Every
we just say that?
every episode, we talk about poop and we think of a product idea that we need to sell to
I
someone.
know we could make millions off this stuff.
People are probably making millions, like that TV show, Shark Tank.
I freaking love that show.
Do you really?
We've talked about that before on this.
What is Shark
podcast.
Tank?
Have we?
It's angel investors. Like there's like 5 of them that are getting pitched business ideas, and a la American Idol or whatever. Some of them are terrible, and they know they're terrible, and they laugh at them and stuff and rip them apart. And some of them are actually good ideas, and the investors start like outbidding each other and trying to be the guy to get in, and then they'll make deals like, well, I'll go and halves these with you and cut that third guy out and whatever. And I love it. And there's also a UK version called Dragon's Den. It's the same show, just in.
They call it Dragon's Den?
Yeah.
Okay, they got stuck with the worst title. That's for sure.
An angel investor. Does that mean someone that just gives money to a company and doesn't expect
Yeah.
it back?
Yeah. Just like, here's some money. Let's go. Do your shit. I feel like it's a good show, I guess, in concept. It's just, I don't know, it's weird because they're doing it for the entertainment money that comes out of it, not necessarily because the product is
Oh sure, like I mean,
good.
you have
although then again, that's kind of
like
how
you
it
have
is.
Damon, who is ahead of a popular product line, and he's essentially like.
Yeah, it's big promotion.
Him
right?
being there is promoting sales of his product, so like he gets it, benefit just from that.
Oh, it's like that. Oh, I will tell you a show I'm addicted to right now.
Mark Cuban is on there, and he's he owns sports ball teams and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
because he deserves to be on there.
yeah.
The show I'm addicted to right now is called Undercover Boss. Have you seen this?
I watched the first season, or like the first one, like the first show. Well, I saw maybe 3. And then immediately I'm like, how on earth do they keep this show going once everyone understands the premise and like after a season of this has aired?
You would think everybody would be on there. Everyone would know their CEO at that point.
Suddenly there's someone showing up at my local location with a camera crew, and they're totally, quote, filming a documentary.
Yeah, of course.
Like, how did it...
You would think, but apparently it's not that popular. I don't know. Like, I was thinking, okay, what would I do?
Of Hooters.
What would I do here?
They did Hooters. There was one of a garbage company, like Waste Management or whatever. And
well, the premise of the show is that the CEO of the company, like the guy in charge, and these are big companies where like there's never any interaction between the executive level and the people that actually do the hard work. And it's basically the CEO dressing up as somebody else, a character that is going for a job there, competing or something for a job at this place.
Or they just toss them in as a new hire.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And they're always horrible, right? The CEOs are the worst people. They are terrible at these jobs.
You realize that you're a CEO,
like,
right?
Yeah, I know. But like they are horrible. Like it's somebody who owns like a pest control company who's never killed a bug in his life.
Yeah.
Right? These are the kinds of people.
Like
and
they had the CEO of Great Wolf Lodge asked that as their training they had to clean poop out of a swimming pool out of one of their lodges.
There you go.
They had a whole like code, like I don't know what it was, but like code brown, and then like she had to.
And then at the end of the show, they basically reveal who they were, and the employees that they get to train them are always like these rock star employees, right? Yeah. And so then they end up giving them like $10,000, and everybody's crying and all this stuff.
Their dad and like
promote them
and give them the new department. We're gonna make a special like communications department, and you're gonna head it up and train everyone.
It's I don't know why I'm so addicted to that show.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I watched the first season, 3 or 4 episodes, I think, and
guilty pleasures.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They've done it like 40 times now. No, 60, over 60 times.
How can they keep doing that?
Yeah.
And not
those shows are all built around psychology about how to manipulate people's emotions to become attached to them.
Oh, sure.
So it's working.
That is reality TV.
That is, yeah.
Like, it's so.
Except this is kind of reality.
It is a combination of scripting, coaching, and human psychology exploit. Mm-hmm. That is reality TV.
Like one show I got addicted to was Extreme Home Makeover.
Oh god,
great show. Same emotional roller coaster every time, but it just gets you. Like you just get
some
caught
family
up in it.
that has never had or never will have any sort of ability to build a house or to even own a house for themselves. And they get a mansion.
That is a show that I did get real into. But the thing that always took me out of it and drove me crazy is that I'm like, they just gave like a $2 million home to a family that's living on welfare. Next year, they're going to get property taxes, and those property taxes are going to be bigger than the rent that they couldn't pay before the show.
Yep.
Hey, I just watched it for Ty Pennington. And like most teenage girls like myself, I watched it for Ty Pennington, and there's no other reason. Like, is there any other reason to watch that show?
I got you.
I mean, think about it.
There's always the whole cabal of they managed to find like uber sexy female construction workers somehow.
Of course.
That
and the two of those that exist.
And
in the
you
world.
always have Ty and that nerdy guy with the glasses, and then the women cycle through.
Of course,
right? Like barely they
or
don't matter
the designers,
or
right? The designers, they keep on changing.
Yeah, fresh babes every week.
Yeah, I mean you gotta freshen it up. Wow, that was a fun tangent. Jeez. Mm-hmm. We one thing I wanted to talk about was over this last week. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but about 3 days ago, I got out of my car and I was like, "Oh God."
I did 3 days ago. I totally noticed that you got.
I got out of my car and I was like, "Okay." I was at home. I went to bed.
I was stalking you at home.
Yeah, you were.
Totally
you probably were.
Yeah,
you probably were.
I was in the bush watching.
Yeah, you love it in the bush.
I love being in the bush.
So then the next morning, it's like a normal night, right? I can see the stars. It's great. Next morning, I come out. All of a sudden, leaves are everywhere. It's raining. I'm like, this went from summer to fall.
Mm-hmm. Instantly.
Yeah, overnight. Literally overnight. And it hasn't changed. It's still like this awesome, dismal weather.
It's very Seattle right now.
Yeah.
And all the leaves just came off the trees.
The leaves are just dumping off the trees.
Just for the last 2 days. Yeah. It was really strange.
I've been sleeping with my window open, and that breeze is hitting my face at night. I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
I love moist, cool air like that out there.
He loves
this is
it
good.
moist.
I just don't. I like the fact that for the last 3 days I haven't seen the sun.
Yeah.
That scare ball up there.
Man, a lot of people
today. The sun was out today.
A lot of people get really annoyed by that, but I
thrive on it.
Yeah, I love getting up in the morning and just having a little drizzle rain. Not a lot, just a little drizzle.
It does make you a little lazier. Like you feel like, I could snuggle up for a few more minutes. But yeah, it's a great day today. Yeah. Just look at it out there. It's fantastic. We can actually see through a window right now.
We haven't mole peopled the windows in this room yet.
Can we at least keep this open? I like having at least one window.
These windows will remain open.
Yay.
For now.
For now.
Until we run out of room and have to put a set in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it kind of is our podcast set.
I mean, for now it is, but we'll be moving that soon.
Yeah.
Did you guys see, I don't know what, I have it on my phone. It was something that I thought, hey, did you guys, well, now I've got Tailspin on my phone, so there you go. Oh, yeah.
In my mind, I always mix up the themes from Tailspin with DuckTales.
DuckTales, because of the tails part of it?
Yeah. So people, this has happened most of my life. People be like, did you ever watch Tailspin? I'll be like, ooh, wait, no, that's the wrong one.
Wrong one. So I saw this article that I thought was pretty freaking awesome about... Have you heard of this thing called Improve Detroit? So there's this app.
I've been to Detroit and...
There's an app on their phones for people of Detroit where what they can do is it has their GPS location in it and they can walk around the city and take pictures of shit that's broken, like potholes and stuff like that. And the city has fixed 10,000 things so far from this app alone.
Wow.
Why doesn't every government have this? It's such a good idea, right?
Do you have any idea how many donger pics they must get every day?
That's okay. The point is
you're like, here's a pothole with my schlong in it.
Fix this.
It's like when I'm driving down the street.
Here's a broken street light with my schlong in it.
That's okay. Yeah. Like when I'm driving down the road.
This tunnel's a little bristly.
Okay, you too. Okay, you too. When I'm driving down the road and I see a pothole, what goes through my mind is, they should fix that. But for them, it's probably like they don't even know the problem exists.
Yeah.
So just bring it to their attention.
I wouldn't be surprised if more cities adopt it. It's a good idea.
I mean,
really
I have been to a lot of metropolitan areas in the U.S., and Detroit creeped me right out.
I loved when I visited Detroit.
It was creepy.
Really?
It's a freaking ghost town, man. There's this sky-rise apartment after building after building that are completely empty. It just deserted. It was...
I must have gone to a different place.
It was creepy, man. Well, when did you go?
A few years ago. 3 or 4 years ago.
I mean, I don't
and
know.
I was by the water. I could see into Canada. I was that area. And then I went out to Greektown, where there's obviously a ton of people.
This was 2 years ago that I went. I went for a They Might Be Giants concert, which was fabulous, by the way.
Yeah.
Really good show.
Isn't that where Hardcore Pawn is?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Hardcore Pawn is
Detroit would need a pawn shop. So
the point of Hardcore Pawn, right, is that it is supposed to be on this really dangerous street and stuff like that.
How did we get back to trashy television?
No, this isn't trash. This is a really good show.
Yeah.
Hardcore Pawn.
Yeah.
No.
This reality show is good.
Yeah, this one's really good because it's fake.
This highly coached and partially scripted reality show.
Well, first of all, reality shows would suck if they were real. So that's clear because they'd be boring as hell. Who's going to go into a freaking pawn shop and that be exciting, right? All the pawn shop ones are obviously partially scripted or else they'd be really fucking annoying. The one in Las Vegas, Pawn Stars, I like that one because there's actually some knowledge to be gained from it. You learn a little bit about the pieces that come in and stuff. Hardcore Pawn is just, okay, let's take a pawn shop in the middle of one of the worst neighborhoods in America and just see the kind of trash that goes through it. And that's what's great. There's always fights going on in there. People are trying to hold the place up. Everything's got bars and it's just it's hardcore. It's hardcore pawn.
Yeah, it's also fake.
That's okay.
You know that the producers are having people stand in line for their chance to maybe be on the show and telling them, okay, you better step this up. You need to be attitude girl.
Yes. And it's entertaining as hell.
It reminds me of the the ghost shows, the ghost hunting shows where they go night vision.
Oh yeah.
And they always discover some ghostly thing every episode conveniently.
Dude, did you guys ever watch Supernatural?
No.
No.
I don't watch. I don't believe
show,
in Superman.
Supernatural is fantastic show, by the way. But there's the two main characters are essentially ghost / monster whatever hunters, right? Like that's the premise. And so partway into the show, they run into charlatan ghost hunters that are recording stuff for YouTube. And they become these like sub characters, and it's hysterical. Like, so they totally have a whole episode that is a spoof of those bad ghost shows, and it's hysterical.
Is it like a super old show now? They still run it?
There's like 10 seasons on Netflix. I don't.
Good God! About Superman?
No.
Supernatural.
Isn't Supernatural about Superman,
No,
though?
Smallville is about Superman.
Smallville,
Wow.
that's the one. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Here's the thing.
It's also a WB show, though. So
Is it funny? Because if not, I probably won't watch it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's called
It is.
Supernatural.
It is.
Is it a comedy?
I mean, it's
like drama.
It's comedy, action, drama. It's a WB show. Like, please tell me you have watched some show on WB that is like, they have all these shows that are like hitting up nerd culture, and it's all kind of the same. You got a little bit of like actiony stuff. You got a little bit of teenage drama. You got a little bit of comedy. That's their formula. A little bit of nerd.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of them, I don't think.
They do a bunch of shows like that.
Did they do like Butterfly or the Firefly? Did they do that Firefly?
Firefly?
Thing? I feel like that's in the same genre.
You just angered so many viewers right now.
Why? Wasn't Firefly a...
you don't mess with Firefly.
No.
What the fuck's wrong with Firefly?
Hey, Firefly is not even on the level of what we were just talking about.
Is it higher or lower?
Higher.
You're just
It's
saying that
the
so people don't get
highest.
pissed off
No,
right now.
I am a freaking brown coat. Shut your mouth.
What does that even mean?
Well, you clearly need to watch the show then.
I
Anyway,
thought I was a nerd.
Anyway, to answer your question, that was Fox.
Fox made Firefly.
Fox bent them over backwards and anally raped them. That's what Fox did.
Yep.
What the fuck?
They canceled the show before.
They did so much wrong to that show. It will.
Why are
forever...
people so passionate about a TV show?
Okay, everyone listening right now, those of you who just got pissed off by what Seven has said, you can email him at podcast@nerdfusion.tv.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it.
That's
all.
podcast at nerdfusion.tv.
It's just you can chalk it up to ignorance.
So just send him lots of email and explain to him
The glory of Firefly.
what
The great thing about
did.
email is that I don't have to listen to it or read it.
Well, they also need to keep in mind all of your pro tips about how to get you to read the emails, which include things like putting Donger in the title and complimenting.
Yeah, let's just say this. My plan has come full circle and completely worked. We did not have a single email this week that did not have my name in it.
Now, last week you said that...
Actually, it's a lie. There's one.
Last week you said that you were going to pick a keyword and not tell anybody what it is and only pick emails that had the word.
Yeah.
Did you abandon that, or does that actually happen?
Well, nobody got... No, I said if... I said not only. No, it's just if they got the word, I guaranteed that there would be on.
Yeah.
And nobody got the word.
What was the word?
It was poop. It was really easy. Poop.
Poop?
Nobody guessed poop.
Wow.
I think somebody...
That's a shitty word to pick, though.
Well, it's a great word.
It's craptastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wait. So for the record, have you seen Firefly?
I've never even... No. I mean, I called it Butterfly or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Do you like sci-fi shows?
Here's the thing. When I'm watching entertainment of any variety, I like to be constantly laughing. And things where I have to invest in characters and stuff like that, and I kind of have to think.
Well,
unless it's Sherlock or House of Cards, I probably won't care about it.
Well, there's
only 13 episodes. There's one season, so it's not like a big investment.
Hey, Sherlock's coming out with another season.
Oh, great! Another 2 episodes to enjoy.
I think it's gonna be like 5. It's 5 or 6, right? Isn't each season 5 or 6?
I'm sorry, all of you British listeners, but I get so angry at British TV with their producing 3 episodes.
It's
and
just
calling
normal
it a season.
there, though.
I know.
It's normal.
Like, what do they do all year? Like, make 3 episodes and then just quit until next year. Like, what the crap?
I try to watch.
I mean,
Sherlock.
Doctor Who.
You didn't like Sherlock?
Like, they have proper seasons, but
I can't stand Sherlock's accent. It's hard to understand. for me.
Really?
Oh my God, you're like my mom. My
Now
mom.
you're pissing off a whole different
know,
group of people.
know.
What is
Like,
with you two?
My mom
not
has
gonna
to
have an audience
watch.
left.
My mom
Watson, I can
watches.
understand clearly, but the Sherlock, he's very British.
My mom watches Harry Potter with subtitles because she can't understand.
I had to subtitles him because I could not understand him. Often.
I can't even know.
Cumberpatch, right? Cumberbitch, Cumber tits.
Cumberlatch, Cumber Snatch.
Whatever his thing is, his dealio. Yeah, I really like the show. I don't know. I watched the whole thing.
Benedict.
Yeah, Benedict.
He is quite the heartthrob, apparently. I wouldn't know.
I watched the one with
I don't know
the
why.
woman in the museum.
People
who
like
was
freaky wide set eyes.
Yeah.
I
the
guess.
teapot thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I just really like the show.
I love it too. Yeah.
It's a great show. You're brushing.
It was good.
Combing. Thank you very much.
You're still brushing against the shirt, the mic.
Such a beast.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show. And I'm glad that they're coming out with another season. At least somebody tweeted it at me and I didn't verify it. So maybe I'm just completely wrong.
Oh, you're believing Twitter now.
In this case, I'm so excited I don't care. So
You want to believe.
By the way, can I just say like how good my stomach feels right now?
Are you
We
saying
we just had some pretty good, decent burgers. It was really the onion ring. It was
you
really the
were
onion ring on top of the burger.
standoffish. I recommended the lunch place.
Yeah.
And he was standoffish while we were there. So I'm glad to hear you actually enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the onion ring on top of the burger. It was a really good onion ring.
And
But you complained about the French fries.
Okay, that was pretty. I mean, everyone would agree with me there.
the French fries were a little small because they're golden.
They're golden
That's it.
potato French fries, and there's nothing special about them really.
They had herbs on them.
The gravy covered ones were amazing though. Yeah. Those were good.
So the gravy was amazing.
Everything's better with gravy.
I mean,
And the fried pickles
drink
were good,
gravy.
too.
Fried pickles are pretty good.
And yeah, so I really look like. Should we say the name of the place?
I don't care.
It's called the Tipsy Cow. It's in Redmond, and it took me a while to convince this hodgepodge to go up there.
I mean, you have to
Because
drive.
Savinus is like, oh, so far away. Like,
It
you're
is.
acting like we're driving out of state.
I mean, it felt like it.
I mean, Seattle to Redmond is not very far.
That was a pretty short drive. It wasn't that bad.
like
We were like
but
there.
I mean, it's for lunch.
so. Sometimes you need a freaking burger. Anyway, any of you who are in the area, I highly recommend Tipsy Cow. Danny Baranowski showed it to me, and I've been in love ever since. And
Name drop.
I mean,
It's all good.
he knows food, and I like food.
Yeah. It's a match made in burgers.
He got so hyped up, like he was texting me all day. Tipsy Cow, Tipsy Cow. We're going to Tipsy Cow
you
today.
too.
They had a pumpkin pie shake there that I want to try.
Oh my God, the people across from us got a shake, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know they had shakes, but it looks so good.
What do you mean they didn't? You didn't know? I literally read the sign to you that was on the wall that said, our milkshakes bring all the cows to the yard.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah. I never made the connection though, because we were just talking about puns that whole time. I didn't actually think about it.
And that's why I wanted to take Dan there, because the entire place is
so many puns.
Puns everywhere.
It is.
I was utterly delighted by all the puns.
It was
there.
all cow puns.
It's pretty good.
What was on the T-shirt? Tip servers, not cows.
Yes.
Which led to a whole tipping cows discussion, and we found out that Sevidus has actually gone cow tipping.
Yeah, I mean, backcountry Virginia. What the hell else is there to do? Seriously, there's just
does the cow make
nothing
a
to
sound
do.
when it hits the ground like a sad one?
Thud?
Or
I mean,
or
does
like
it go into
while
like
it's
a?
falling.
No, it does not cry. It
I'm
just
sure
gets back
there's some
up.
people that have no idea what we're talking about. Google it.
You just push a cow over.
Yeah, it's simple.
It's just like there's literally nothing else to do there. Besides play video games.
like
and
I
my
said-
parents were like, I'd rather y'all be outside than play video games at some points. So,
Like I said at lunch, I've never been cow tipping, but where I grew up was totally like a cow tipping place. I just didn't have friends.
so I had friends.
went. And like it's kind of like going to a restaurant alone. Like you don't want to go cow tipping alone. That's just sad.
Yeah. I mean, there's kind of truth to that. Should we get to the questions for the week?
So
We have quite a few
nice.
questions.
So how could somebody potentially get their question?
Wait, I'm
answered?
supposed to ask you this.
Well,
Are we flipping the table? Podcast
See,
at
I've already
nerdfusion.tv.
dropped it.
The
twice.
email was podcast@nerdfusion.tv.
It's true.
Podcast at nerdfusion.tv. Confirmed.
Podcast at nerdfusion.tv. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 emails here. And almost all of them have my name in it, which is pretty great.
How many of them insult Waffle?
Most of them, probably.
2 out of 3.
Well, the first one doesn't here. This one's from Enjoy.
Oh.
ENJOI, because you gotta be a little different. Subject, Sev is a sexy man-beast motherfucker clitoris. That's after the period, so I'm not actually that.
So you're
not.
I'm just
fucking a clitoris.
I'm not a clitoris.
You're
I'm
not
just
a man-beast clitoris.
right. I'm just a sexy man-beast motherfucker. And then I think they were guessing that the word that I was thinking of
Right.
was that.
Just in case that sentence didn't contain it.
Hey, Waffle. Well, this is awkward.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Waffle. Oh, yeah, and the others whose names aren't important. Let's flip this bitch on its head. Let's rename the podcast Waffle Fusion.
Is that like when you make a peanut butter
I'm not
sandwich
sure what that
with
is.
waffles as bread? Like fuse it together with the peanut butter
I
glue?
don't even know what a waffle fusion is. Maybe it is something like that.
That's what comes to
like
my
a
mind.
sandwich of waffles.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic idea.
Who is this Waffle? Is he a streamer? I haven't
know.
seen him on Twitch.
Just kidding, guys. I love all of you and have been subscribed to
He's
all of you.
He's that guy that got lupus and stopped streaming.
You change his disease every day. Every hour, in fact. Okay. I just got back from TwitchCon and I got to meet almost all of you. Oh, shit!
Ooh, nice. TwitchCon hype.
My name is Josh and I go by Enjoy Hunt on Twitch. Our conversations were pretty unremarkable. Oh. So it's completely understandable if none of you remember me.
Dude, Josh is a bro.
I agree. Yeah. I ended up getting into the VIP section at the after
sell
party.
yourself short.
Oh, he's not. Trust me. Ready? I ended up getting into the VIP section at the after party because I'm a fucking baller.
Wow.
Yes, no selling himself
So
short.
modest.
I told you Josh is a bro.
I got to see that girl hanging all over bacon, and
he saw that?
and my God, it was hilarious. We talked about this last week on the podcast. If you don't know about this story, go listen last week.
Wow, we have actual
There's confirmation that it exists.
proof that I didn't actually make the whole thing up.
That's the thing, is
Oh
that
my
I
gosh.
had no proof before this email.
Yeah.
So I felt like I should bring it up because I had no proof.
That's amazing. I'm totally in love with Josh now. This guy's amazing. Thank you,
Unfortunately, it kept me from going up to you and meeting you.
Josh. How awkward did that
there
be?
you
Hey,
go.
Bacon, I know you're kind of busy with that lap dance. Can I have an autograph?
Yeah. I didn't want to cock block you.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's funny. If I had known you needed some assistance, I would have tried to help, lol.
Oh, you're right. Like, I would let some random dude take her out.
There you go. I did get to talk to and take a picture with Waffle, though, which was great.
I'm
It was
sorry,
one of the
Josh.
brief windows when
not
you
a
weren't
random
making
dude.
out with your girlfriend. Oh, it's a Waffle. Yeah. Lol. God, with all the fucking lols right now.
Well,
This is not a chat room.
well.
We took a picture and I told you to screw the fuck Waffle thing. Okay, this is all directed at Waffle, but he's not here, so we will be Waffle.
We're Waffle Fusion.
Screw the fuck Waffle. That's kind of
Anyway.
an odd choice of words there.
Is that anything like the sex eggs?
Oh,
But
God.
with waffles?
I don't know how that would feel, but I'm curious to try.
I'm not.
Anyway, pretty easy question for you guys. I met some amazing people at TwitchCon, streamers, developers, and other incredible people. I exchanged numbers with many people, oh God, and have become pretty good friends with some bigger casters. I was curious how you guys put Twitch contacts in your phone. Do you use their Twitch handle as their first name? I was putting their real names in and putting their Twitch handle under the website spot, but this has confused me multiple times when I forget who I'm talking to because I know them by their Twitch handle. Thanks for being amazing. Sorry for the wall of text. Sev, you bay. P.S. Clitoris was my guess at the secret word.
Enjoy. Confirmed.
When I don't necessarily know someone that well, I put their first name as their Twitch name and their second name, like their last name, as their actual name is what I will do. Or if I actually don't even know their name, it'll be like Waffle Twitch or something like that.
For me, I tend to put whatever just makes the most sense for me, depending on the person. Some people straight up just their Twitch name. Some people their full name. There's other people where I'll have like for example, Justin. There's like 3 Justins that I associate with, right? Like so a lot of times what I'll do, it might be like Matt and then parentheses Sevidus.
Is that what you have me as? What do you have me as in your phone? I'm curious.
Let me see.
What do you have me as?
I do the first name parentheses screen name.
So you have me as Matt?
Matt parentheses Sevidus.
I just have Dan, and I have Bacon.
I just have Sevidus.
I'm easy though. My name is
I
think, hard to remember.
Now that I'm here working with you all the time, I think of you as Matt now.
Yeah.
First and Sevidus second.
But in your
so
phone, you still have
if I were
Sevidus.
to put your phone number in today, I would definitely put Matt.
Yeah.
I put Sevidus because I got your number like 2 years ago, and I didn't even know your name was Matt then.
Oh, jerk.
So if I had got a phone call from Matt, I would be like, who the crap is
Who the
this?
hell is this? Yeah, I actually usually use their first names. If I know their first name, I'll put it in there, and then their Twitch name.
I mean, literally every time I've ever introduced Sevidus to somebody, he has like extended his hand and said, "Hello, I'm Matt." So I just start thinking of him as Matt.
I very rarely ever even care about a person's real name. I usually just have screen name. Like unless I know them on a personal level, it's always screen name only. I don't ever call them by their real name, ever.
Like
I don't even call any of you by your real names ever.
I call you Dan.
Because I'm Dan's Gaming. I'm like one of the only people. There's maybe 1 or 2 others I can think of that
I call Waffle Andrew. I call you Bacon because you prefer bacon.
Yeah.
I mean,
literally my family calls me Bacon.
I call Pause. Actually, with Pause, I kind of go back and forth between Alex and Pause.
For him, I always say Pause. For Waffle, it's about 50-50 for me now. I regularly say Andrew.
You're making noise with your. Can we just talk about this because everyone was wondering why this noise exists. What happens is we have these lapel mics things, and they just like brush it when they brush up against a shirt or something. They make that noise.
See, Dan did the smart thing and wore a polo shirt. He YOLO'd the polo. And these mics are literally designed to be compatible with those shirts.
My Loot Crate polo. Oh yeah. Little Jabba the Hutt there on the little.
Oh my God! What a ripoff! It's like what is it, the alligator, right? That's on the other ones. I wonder if they got permission for that, or if they was like, screw it.
I'll do what I did last week and just hold it in my hand. Just hold it in your hand. Point it at my mouth. Giggity. Giggity go.
Okay, so that's how we put people in our phones and stuff like that.
That was an interesting question. I liked that.
Yeah. Hey Philip, this is from Philip.
Hey Philip.
And this basically is. This is just fat material for me. This is basically like I told you. Like this is to boost my ego. Ready? Here we go. Right. How bad grammar affects dating.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this would be you.
Okay. Do we need to leave the room while you tie one off? And
Dear Nerd Fusion, specifically Sevidus, because you would care.
Oh my gosh. Really? I mean, okay. A little ego stroking for Matt is okay, but this might be getting out of
No, this is good. This is actually good. This is informative. I've been popping into your streams periodically and have obviously been listening to the podcast. I finally have something to contribute. Oh, well, Philip, it's your lucky day. I know the subject is kind of clickbaity. Is it?
Clickerish?
But I don't care. Hopefully this gets in a podcast.
Clickerish.
He did say read this Sev in the title.
I think clickerish is a much better word than clickbait, personally.
I don't think that's going to catch on. So my high school English teacher was reading this article to us.
Clickbait is like the verb.
Right now, I'm not on your side because my high school English teachers all sucked. She was reading this article to us at the end of class
he was spending quality time with his teachers.
No, because she thought it was funny. Notice this paragraph at least, even if you don't read it. Oh yeah, okay, so this is from an article on the Wall Street Journal, a somewhat reputable news source. Mm-hmm. All right. Dating site Match.com, which I think we've all probably heard of, asked more than 5,000 singles in the U.S. what criteria they use most in assessing dates beyond personal hygiene. So number one is personal hygiene. 96% of women value personal hygiene as the number one thing. Don't be stanky is basically what it's saying.
Check.
91% of men thought personal hygiene is the most important thing when going out.
I was just curious. Like that was a very specifically oriented stat. But
yeah, there's a men's side.
Both genders are above 90%.
Over 90% say the number one thing they look for on a date is, are you stanky?
I mean, it's hard to argue with.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because you do learn a lot of other things about a person just from that. You can extrapolate backwards from there and learn all sorts of things about a person.
Okay, so second, the survey found 88% of women and 75% of men said they cared about grammar most besides hygiene.
Wow.
Putting it ahead of the next two were person's confidence and their teeth. So your grammar is more important than your confidence. Anything else, it's really more important than anything. Yeah, teeth was number 4 as far as importance for a
sorry.
date.
I was thinking of like crookedness or something, but no, like
teeth.
We're talking about like if their teeth are rotten or like
stuff like that.
Horribly yellow.
So number 1 is personal hygiene. Number 2 is grammar.
Grammar for me is one of those things where like I don't think that I value it much. Like if you just said to me, how much do you care about grammar? I'll be like, I don't really care. But if I'm on a first date with someone and they're using some horrible grammar, like I'll be like, ugh, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like one of the biggest triggers for me is the word seen. Like I seen that the other day. Right? Like I immediately, I mean, maybe it's douchey of me, but I immediately think less of you if you say that to me.
If you say what?
Seen.
I seen it?
I seen that.
Yeah. I'm agree. I completely agree.
And
there are certain parts of the country where they say that though.
I know, but that's like not only is it terribly wrong, but it's one that is still common among adults that I work with, like casters. Yeah. Like I had a former boss. Like I got hired at a job, and my first during the first week on the job, my boss said that.
I seen it.
Yeah, I seen that the other day, and it's not like they had a southern you could say that that's a southern thing to say. Yeah, I seen that. And it wasn't like that. They just thought that was the way to talk, and it's like nails on chalkboard for me.
I mean, I know I'll get some angry messages now from Michigan, but I think there's parts of Michigan that say it, and then there's parts of like the Carolinas that say "seen" like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's just a regional thing. But you do sound kind of like an idiot if you say it. Mm-hmm. So with the rest of the article, when you get a message that is grammatically correct. Oh, remember this is also over tech typing because it's Match.com right there. Right. That. When you get a message that is grammatically correct and has a voice and is put together, it is very attractive and adds hotness points, says New Yorker Grace Gold. Oh, fuck her. I don't know why, I just hate her.
By the grace of gold.
People who send me text-type messages and horrific grammatical errors, I just delete them.
Dude, they're in the Twitch casting world. Shocking amount of terrible grammar in business pitches that we get.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yep.
Like we get these emails from people who are seriously trying to enter a business relationship with us and can't form solid sentences.
Or they're like all caps or all lowercase or something.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off? Now this is pretty douchey. But I can't even stand when people's titles are improperly capitalized or something. Mm-hmm. It pisses me off. It really gets me going. Like when somebody has a big title, but they don't lowercase 4 and 2 in those, to make it a title. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to punch the shit out. I'm not watching this person's stream. I will choose streams to watch based on the grammatics of their title. That's pretty douchey. But that's how it is.
You do you, baby girl.
I will.
Well, there's a lot of streams out there now, and you got to narrow them down somehow.
This is how I narrow it by your titles.
So is this pro tips for getting ahead on Twitch?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, make your titles not shitty. All right, we have a question here from. Then we're not going to judge grammar. But
yeah, you are.
Liar.
You totally are.
You are judging it right now.
I'm capable of reading an email without judging and rephrasing.
But it won't make sense. Okay, here we go. We're trying this. Banana. Was that the word? No, it was not.
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna skip the first part.
Okay.
I like that guy
He's tripping
everyone
already.
doesn't like! Exclamation mark. I can't remember if it's Waffle or Dan, but whichever everyone hates, I like him. I think Waffle is what they're trying to say.
Definitely Waffle.
What they're trying to say is that they like Waffle. Bacon is also good. I titled this email question thing, so I should think of a question.
Okay.
Oh, this is actually not the question I meant to ask right now.
Oh my gosh.
So this one's actually from Flaming Yeti.
Are you reading this, or are you making this up?
Are you just? I feel like you're in some esports chat room right now, just reading.
No, I accidentally skipped the email I wanted to read. We'll do this one though. We'll do this one. We'll do this one. Okay, what is the most disgusting thing you've ever drank or eaten, and what is the story behind it? Okay, I'm done now. Enjoy your show while it lasts. Lightning strike. Lots of love from Harry/Flaming Yeti. P.S. Hello, Sevidus. What is the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten or drank? I've got a great story for this, but I'll let you guys go first if you have a story.
I do.
Okay, what's yours, Bacon?
I have highlights for both of these on my Twitch channel. One is for my 2,000 follower celebration. I ate tofu bacon on stream.
Oh, I saw that. Oh,
did you see that?
Was it pretty, like, was it just bacon flavored tofu? That's all.
I mean, it was homemade. I followed a recipe and cooked it, and I paired it with other stuff. Like I made like a sandwich. I went to like the most ultra like health food vegan kind of store, you know what I mean? Like the cliche, like the most hardcore store like that I could find. And I picked up bread that was totally like, you know, like GMO free, like gluten free, like
step one, gluten free bread. Yeah, that's your mistake.
Exactly. And a jar of Vegan-A's. And I washed it down with some drink that I don't remember what it was called, but it was green and it had wheatgrass in it that was basically like pulp. It was like it tasted like it felt like there were like worms in my mouth.
Well, if you were hungry before this, now you're not.
And then the tofu bacon on top of it, and I made a sandwich out of that, and there's a whole highlight. It's on my Twitch channel. So that was
disgusting.
Yeah, and there was that, and then a viewer sent me. Well, it's a toss-up actually. Like someone sent me bacon soda. I know who it was too. One of my moderators.
Bacon soda. It's like baking soda, but bacon soda. I like it.
It was bacon flavored soda, and it was like the most disgusting thing ever. But that's kind of a toss-up to the bacon soap, because someone sent me a bar of bacon soap. And it was like, it only took a split second before everyone in chat was chanting, "Lick it!" And
that's gross.
So I did. I licked it, and I man-moded that too. I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all the way. And I just blah, and then immediately tried to get the flavor off of my mouth. So then I like grabbed Kleenex and then tried to wipe off my tongue.
Kleenex in your mouth.
Like bits of it. Like you can see it on the highlight too. There's bits of tissue like on my tongue, and then I'm trying to get that off. And yeah, that was.
So the worst thing I ever drank. I don't know.
The life of a caster.
I don't know if I've eaten anything bad, like that I really hated, except raw tomatoes. If you just sum up every time I've eaten a raw tomato, there's the grossest thing I've ever eaten. To
Sevidus, that's like licking Satan's nutsack right there.
Yeah, it's worse. No, I'd rather lick Satan's nutsack. Yeah, my worst thing for drinking, I was actually visiting Seattle for the first time ever for PAX Prime, like 2011 or 2012 or something, and I rented a car. So I actually took the light rail into Seattle. And then in Seattle, I rented a car to go hiking. That's a lie. No, sorry, I got that story wrong.
Okay.
I rented a car from the airport. And then I was going hiking because I got there early in the morning. So I went hiking before I went into Seattle to the hotel where I turned in the car. And as I'm going out hiking, I'm going over towards the big Mount Rainier over here. Mm-hmm. And I'm driving down the road and I'm listening to some music that was like super loud. Like I was just blasting the shit out of this music. And so I just reached down to my water bottle and I just took a drink of it. And I put it back. And then I'm going down the road for about 5 seconds. I'm like, I didn't have water. Wait a minute. What? I drank somebody else's already halfway gone rental car water.
Previous customer.
There was probably backwash in there, and just I can't even imagine. And it was just sitting there, and it's the grossest thing I went to the side of the road and I puked. Like I seriously, like the realization that I just drank anonymous rental car backwash. Dan's over here cringing so hard. Right now.
I mean, that's definitely gross, but I wouldn't react anywhere near that.
That was horrible. Oh my god. I mean,
obviously I wouldn't want to drink a stranger's water, and that's definitely gross, but like if that happened to me and I accidentally did that, I would be like, oh, that's gross, but I would just go on. I would go on with my day and not be traumatized.
I'm still traumatized, clearly.
You're reminding me of that story of that Jason told when he like got puked on by somebody and freaked out or whatever.
It's just I don't like germs. And that is like you don't know what's in this cesspool or how long it's been breeding, right? What if there's like bacteria and stuff in there that's been there for a week?
Yep.
With spit, it's like somebody else's spit. You're drinking somebody's spit. Oh God! I'm already I'm freaking out. I can't talk about this anymore. I am freaking out inside right now. Okay, we can't do this. We're gonna move on. Oh, jeez. Fuck that. Do you have a story about that?
The only thing the most disgusting thing I've drank that I can remember is that bacon vodka that you've had, bacon.
Yes, I don't drink, so I've never tasted that. But
it was bad.
It was shortly.
So bad.
It was shortly. No, I remember what it's from. It was April. Viking Lass did an Arting Under the Influence stream, and since I was around, like her chat was totally like, you should get bacon vodka, and so we bought a pile of it, and
so this was recent.
She was it was a couple months ago. She hated it and like almost puked on stream drinking the stuff. And so then when Waffle and Dan moved into town, she was like, "Here you go, housewarming present. Have this bacon vodka that I've barely touched."
Yeah, I was like, "Why is this so full?"
It was that bad.
I tasted a sip of it, and oh my god, it didn't taste anything like bacon. It was just nasty. Yeah. Just disgusting flavor.
All right, well, there you go, Flaming Yeti. Thanks for letting us remember these horrible memories. We really appreciate it. Thanks for writing in to podcast@nerdfusion.tv. Okay, well, this one's from Johnny. We'll come back to just remind me. All right, from Johnny. Sev's slong is bigger than Donkey Kong. Great way to start.
Lovely poem.
Rhymed it.
Hey, regular Nerd Fusion guys.
Now put that to a beat and freestyle it.
The thing is, Nerd Fusion has a 3 in it. I just feel like I should remind people.
Grammar.
Hey, regular Nerd Fusion guys and Waffle. As a viewer looking into your lives, for the most part, we only get to see the positive side of streaming full time. And obviously, it can't always be perfect. I was wondering, what are some of the downsides of streaming and making YouTube videos full time? And if you could change something about your past, what would it be? Disregarding a change that would greatly impact the present. Love, your Canadian viewer. I think for all of us, I'm going to speak for all of us.
Wow, just jump
there you go.
The big positive thing I think that we would all do is we would have started broadcasting even sooner than we have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking.
When we were kids, I would have been. If I had known when I was like a 15-year-old, I would have.
It didn't exist back then.
It's true, but like as soon as I could, I'd be jumping right on it.
Yeah.
So for me, the biggest, I guess, thing that kind of jumps out as me is that when you're streaming, when you're a full-time broadcaster, it is your life.
Yeah.
Like you have much less of a life as far as like from somebody who goes to a 9-to-5 job, they have a lot more of quote a life outside of work than I think we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for 16 to 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are here long as well.
Yeah. I was going to say isolation, because especially when you're like us, we come here and we work together, but normal broadcasters are just in their home by themselves or their apartments, just day up, sometimes weeks on end without ever going outside. Just you go out for food.
Extremely common.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you come back, then you just work.
Yeah, for me, this is a good topic actually, because like National Mental Health Day was just yesterday, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey.
So and I've said this a lot, but to me, the absolute most important and most difficult thing about being a Twitch broadcaster is trying to balance real life stuff with broadcast live stuff. Because like to do this and call it a career, you have to work so hard at it that it's really easy to neglect other things like your own emotional health, right? Like you can work so hard that you have nothing left, and that's my phone. Shut up, phone. Anyway, it's really easy to do. It's really easy to dive way too in and have consequences to that, you know. But I don't know. Like to me, this new setup that we have where we are working in a shared studio that is outside of my house has been really, really healthy for me mentally. I worked from home as a caster for 2 years. That's something I always wanted. I always wanted to work from home. And I feel like I've done that, and I'm kind of ready to go back to work again. and it is tremendous to me the difference that has made just leaving the house, you know. It's not even that I didn't like my house before. It's just something about it, man. Getting up and doing something, you know, and it makes a big difference. But I mean, that's an important topic for me because almost every broadcaster I know that does this full time struggles with depression and various other forms of mental health kind of stuff because it's difficult, man. It's like being a full-time entertainer and being like on and you know, some people's personas are more energetic and happy than other people's are, but either way, like performing is an exhausting thing, and you know, it can be hard to balance that.
I think
and that's not intended as a complaint. Just
no.
Usually, every time I say this, people are always like, "Oh, listen to this guy whining about having an awesome."
That's what we do.
Paid to play video games.
That's not what I mean to do. It's just you know, it doesn't matter how awesome the job is. If you get your life out of balance, you're gonna have problems.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody a long time ago said, not like Gandhi or something. I mean like in the casting space. Somebody was, I forget who it was, and I wish I remembered. They were basically like, when you turn off your stream, if you are not completely mentally and physically just exhausted from the performing experience, you didn't give it your all enough.
Yeah, I remember who said that.
Who was it?
Tawny.
Was it Tawny that said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
So yeah, I mean, and I completely agree. Like when I'm done with a broadcast, I have to get up, walk, I have to leave this space and just calm down because I'm exhausted. I'm just completely shot. And then I have to come back and do business for the next 6 hours.
Yeah, it's so true. People misconceive the thought that we're playing video games all day.
Yeah.
Because like for most people, gaming is a relaxing activity, but it's not when you're also performing, right? It's I don't mean that to say that it's not awesome. Like it's still awesome. We have the best
jobs in the world.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
This is definitely the best job in the world. I love every second of it.
Oh yeah.
But it's It's not relaxing. Yeah. It's the opposite of relaxing.
If your stream is just you getting on there and playing games, you're not going to do well. You have to have some sort of entertainment value to what you bring as well.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay,
cool.
that was a good question. Yeah. Well done, Johnny.
Well done.
And the subject was Sev's Slung. See, there are great questions that come out of horrible titles.
I'm convinced too, just one last note on that. I'm convinced too that what we were just talking about applies to any sort of entertainment career.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Like I begin to understand a lot more why so many quote unquote famous people, like professional entertainers, end up like going off the deep end eventually because they have to, you know. And the more well known that you get, the less you're able to detach, right? Because it starts creeping into more and more of your life. Like you get to I'm so glad that I'm at a point where I can occasionally run into a fan when I'm out and about. Like if I go to the grocery store, I might run into somebody that knows me and or whatever. that's a good experience. I'm like, oh, that was cool. I just met a fan. That's great. You know, it's not where like, oh crap, I got to get my security guy to go with me, or oh, I need to tell my assistant to go shop. You know, like that I can't even get my head around how horrible it would be.
That'd be awful
to have to live a life like that, and it would be that much harder to decompress and much more easy to run into mental health problems. So anyway.
All right, this is the last one. This is one I skipped. We might have some issues reading this, but
is this from?
To all gentlemen in Waffle. Hi, Nerd Fusion. Oh God, nerd has a 3 in it, and Nerd Fusion is all one word. That should just give you the pretext to the context that is this statement. I don't want to say my name, so just call me whatever. Okay, whatever. I need relationship advice.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. I hope it's related to poop, because we haven't really talked about that much today.
We're not. All right.
Okay.
I like this girl at school, but there's one big problem. All right, get ready for Pronoun City. Here we go.
Okay.
I like this girl at school, but there's one big problem. One of my friends is one of her best friends. I told her that I liked her, and she told him, and he started telling her that I wasn't the one that she shouldn't date me.
Hold on, back up.
I am lost. That's too many hers.
There was an interjection of a male that was not mentioned before.
Exactly. Okay, here, let's repeat.
Okay.
Okay.
So somehow there's a second guy.
It's like a puzzle.
Okay, if I just, let me read it through
It's
once.
a word puzzle.
I'll read it through all the way through once.
Okay.
And then we'll go back and dissect to figure out what I was talking about. Okay.
I feel like I need to go through the hallway and gather items to solve this puzzle.
I like this girl at school, but there's one big problem. One of my friends is one of her best friends. I told her that I liked her, and she told him that he started telling her that I wasn't the one and that she shouldn't date me. She told me that she liked me also, but I don't know what I'm willing to do to help. Help. Oh.
What?
Okay, so let's dissect this. All right, I get what she's saying. I get what he's saying. I like this girl at school. I like this girl at school, but there's one big problem. One of his friends, who's also a guy, is one of her best friends. So he likes a girl.
Yeah.
Her best friend is also one of his best friends.
Okay.
So they have a common best friend.
Yeah.
And that best friend, after he told her that he likes him, then the best friend came in, interjected and said, you shouldn't go out with him. Me, the reader.
So bro best friend.
Oh, I don't want to say my name, so just call me whatever. Oh, shit.
So not...
Oh my gosh.
It's fine, though. It's fine. It's not the you're thinking of. If you're listening to this right now, it's a totally different.
Okay, so...
It's a totally different.
Dude likes a chick.
Okay.
Chick has a girlfriend.
It's totally not Lavonovich.
Then
oh my God, what if that was right?
His best friend's a dude who told her that likes it. Okay, so...
I like this girl at school, but there's one big problem. Yes, okay, so he told the girl that he likes her, and their mutual best friend then told her not to date him.
Okay, so that's all the information
that's all we need to know.
Likes girl, best friend says don't like.
She told me that she also liked me. So she likes him back.
That's why she's saying that then.
But
she likes him back, but the best friend said not to date it, not to do the date. So they like each other. Best friend comes in and says, hey, you shouldn't date him.
This is an easy one.
So then the guy is like, now what do I do? Because my best friend is telling her not to date me, but I want to date her and she likes me. So what do I do?
If you like each other, it's none of her fucking business.
The best friend's a guy.
Okay, so the guy likes the girl likes the guy back.
Yeah.
Their mutual best friend says don't date each other.
Yes.
Fuck
the best friend.
It's not her business.
The mutual best friend's a guy.
So it's a guy. So
yeah.
So he might like her, and that's why he's saying.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that was my first thought as well. It's like he probably
not his business.
He wants to get with her.
He wants to get with her, but she likes you. So you know what?
He needs to step off.
Done.
Her there from some kids.
It's a super easy.
Let me put this out there. Stuff like this unresolved ruins friendships.
Yep.
So either your friendship with this guy is strong enough that you two can talk through this and figure it out, or if your friendship is weak enough that talking to him about it is going to ruin your friendship, then it's also going to be ruined if you just leave that as an elephant in a room that you never deal with. So like either way, your friendship's going to be ruined. I think your only shot for that, if you want to still be friends with the quote best friend, is to confront him about it and be like, okay, I'm hearing that you told me not to date her. WTF?
Yeah.
Why did you say that? Let's talk about this.
The mutual friend needs to explain himself. Just saying that don't date is not a reason. Like, you need to say why. If it's because you like her, that's a different thing. Then we can talk about that. But if it's because you're jealous because you don't want us dating or whatever, or
right. I mean, maybe.
I mean, there could be part of that, right? He thinks he's going to lose 2 friends.
Maybe she has herpes and he doesn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
It's doubtful. I'm just saying, fuck this guy.
Well, yeah, I don't think if you two like each other, like,
yeah, it's
I
pretty
feel
clear.
like that's obvious.
Yeah,
so I agree completely with Dan. Screw that guy, date her. But if you want to be friends with the guy after all this, you're gonna have to confront him, or else that's not gonna go away. That's gonna be like stewing under the surface anyway.
Yeah, dude, I think you're in the right though, and just go for it. Just ask her out. I mean, it's really simple, honestly. It sounds like you don't want to piss off your friend, but you know.
Did he mention if this is high school?
Clearly, it's.
Clearly,
like, I mean, that's a pretty douchey move, right? So it's like worrying about not making the guy mad is kind of I don't know.
By the way, I love all of you, and thanks for the great sources of entertainment. We love you too, Anonymous.
We totally do.
Should I beep out his name every time we said it? Because we said it a lot back, or I said it a lot.
I think you should.
Should I go back through and go?
I really think that you should beep that out, and I also think that.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I think should not put his name in the email if he doesn't want us to say the name.
That's right.
I don't know that he did.
That's
I might
right.
I might have just copied it out.
I mean, if you somehow got out of there, so
okay. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the emails for this week. I think next week will be fun. Waffle will be back next week.
Yep.
In theory.
Yep. Waffle will be back next week. Tomorrow, you and I are going to a concert.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Benefit.
I'm sure we'll talk about that next.
We'll talk about our benefit concert at Microsoft tomorrow.
And
On next week's podcast.
We have some more Nerd Fusion-y stuff happening this week that isn't horror month that eventually we'll be able to tell.
Do we? Oh, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Another one of those. Like it's one of those deals where we have an incredibly busy week, but we can only tell you about like a little bit of it.
Yeah, we got a big. I mean, every week's busy now, so
You'll know after it happens.
Well, what I mean is like. I'm going to be, for most of the rest of the month, I'm going to be putting in work hours that are literally twice as long as what I was doing last month because I have to get here at the butt crack of dawn for stuff and then also cast at my normal nighttime.
Perfect.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying busy month is all.
Yeah, so we are going to leave you there.
Yes, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you especially for the great question. And...
we need more questions from people like
I hate both of you.
You hate me and
right, no, or is it and best friend that you hate?
Yeah.
I'm not clear on that. Anyway, if you guys like or anybody else want to send in a question, remember podcast at nerdfusion.tv, nerd with a 3. Thank you for listening to our podcast. If you want to subscribe to it, you can get the feed at n3f.tv/podcast. We'll be back next week. You guys are great. Bye.
Bye-bye.